Hello, everybody. So, what about when there is an affliction in the moon? The moon is weak, or Chandra Bhagavan is weak. There are many ways to assess the strength of the grahas, not just by looking at the Rasi chart, which is the chart that was made during birth, or something that was casted to see how things are during birth time, but also currently. Let's say if you are having problems for looking for a job or looking for opportunities, or your current position here working is not really giving you much satisfaction, and you need to move on. You cannot be just looking at the Rasi chart, because the Rasi is the one that is casted during birth time. You need to look at the current chart, right? There's the many things. Even the strength, you need to look at the Shatbala, the sixth strength, the Bimsopaka Bala. There's so many things you need to look at before actually saying that, okay, moon is weak, right? Not just by saying, oh, it's together with Rahu and so it's weak. It doesn't work that way. And so if you are not sure on how to go about technicalities, drop me a WhatsApp and I can have it checked and analyzed and predict personally for you for a small fee. All right. Okay. The link is, by the way, it's in the profile. Click on it if you're watching this on TikTok or in YouTube or in Instagram. It's all there. If you look at it, there's a link there. Tap on the link and it will take you to my WhatsApp. Okay, so what are the common things that I've seen over the years for people who have weakness in the moon itself? The moon itself. So, no, the moon is the mind. The mind is divided into three domains, right? The perceptions. Perceptions are the sensory perceptions. What I mean is your sight, smell, taste, hearing, and touch, right? Or in the scriptures, it's called as the indriyas in Sanskrit, the indriyas. And so that's one thing. The second thing is your emotions itself, how you feel and all that. The third is, of course, your logical connection with life. Okay, how do you logically decide on things? Your cognition, your reasoning, all that. So putting all these three domains together, we call it the mind. The mind is not just here. This is the brain, but the mind is collectively everything. As I said, the indriyas and all of that. Okay, so the common things that I've seen if there's a weak moon is, number one, since it's the personification of the mind, is these people will be a little bit jittery, a little bit insecure, always have this thought that something bad is going to happen to their life. They always have this thing. They always like something's really bad, or someone's going to rob me, or I'm going to fall, I'm going to trip and fall, or maybe my decision was wrong, or I'm going to fail in my interview, I'm going to fail in my exams, or my relationship is going to go wrong, or my health is going to get screwed up, and all these things naturally come to them, although everything is just fine. But their mind does that to them. All right, that's number one. Number two is they have this overly sense of emotion, overly emotional about things, which is bad. Emotions is good, ladies and gentlemen. Without emotions, we are like robots. Thank God we have emotions. So emotions like happiness, sad, grief, love, joy, hatred, whatever, there are all sort of emotions that we have inside. Now, what happens when it's overly emotional? All right, as I said, emotions makes us human. Yeah, thank God we have that. Now, what happens if it's overly emotional? Well, for example, if you see someone on the road, someone who's in a very deplorable state, someone who's like maybe a beggar looking for food or shelter, if you feel pity, that's really useless, right? So for example, is these people who have a weak moon, they will go and feel pity, and that's it. They feel very pity, sitting in their car, and they feel pity for the person. So what good does that do? Nothing, isn't it? Feeling pity and then making a decision to do something about it, that is called compassion. Right? So feel compassionate about things. Compassion means you put an effort to do something, not just feeling pity. So these people, they just feel pity and that's it, they move on. They may be feeling overly happy and joyful, which is also wrong, right? Now, overly happy and joyful is the fact that they're in denial if something bad happens. They don't want something bad happen. They want to be every time, in cloud nine, everything to be happy and nice and dandy. Of course, life is guaranteed to have problems. Guarantee, 100% guarantee there will be problems, right? There will be pain, there will be suffering. Now, if you cannot accept that, then it's denial, right? Like that, these people will be only focusing on emotion but not doing anything on the logical side. There's nothing there, only emotion, which is bad. The other thing is these people, or the last thing they notice is they have poor decision making. because the decisions are based on emotions. Emotions is for us, of course, as I say, as humans, we need emotions. Okay, it makes us humans. There is a functional reason why we have emotions, and there's a functional reason why we have logics and thinking, like the practical side, cognition, reasoning. That's the reason, because we want to make a practical decision, a pragmatic decision, right? Say if you want to buy a car and you feel like, oh, I would love to have that. It'll make me feel nice. It'll make me feel joyful. It makes me feel elated, ecstatic. Oh, I need to get the car. It's an emotional attachment. There's nothing wrong about it, guys. There's really nothing wrong about it. But if you purely make a decision based on your emotions, then along the way you will definitely suffer. But same example, if you want to buy a car, but if you go, okay, is this economical to me, in terms of money, in terms of the return of the investment that you make on the car, is it going to do anything good or not? Is it going to be a comforting experience for your family? All these things, whether the parts are cheap, all these things needs to be assessed. And that is a practical way of buying things, so which you will never regret, because you have looked at it from a practical perspective, right? So these are the problems which someone who has a weak position in Moon is. Again, if you need my assistance, if you need a personal reading, I'm very happy to have one for you. All my readings are based on recording. There's nothing written. So if you like it, let me know. Click on the link and then it'll take you to the WhatsApp. All right. So I'll talk to you soon.